Hello. Another winter nature note from Jacob. You know, I've been really inspired by the work of Andy Goldsworthy. Andy Goldsworthy's an artist, and what he does, he goes out into the woods or a field, somewhere in nature, and just using his hands, he creates beautiful sculptures. In the wintertime, what he'll do is he might take icicles and breathe them together so they make a beautiful star cluster. Or he might shape pieces of ice. If the snow is packy, he might create designs on a tree trunk. Or maybe he'll create special holes. He calls them nature sculptures. And what I invite you to do is to go into your backyard, a nearby green space, and just harvest little bits of nature. Now, anytime you harvest something, always think about how you can give back. So maybe in the spring you plant some wildflowers, plant some trees. Remember, we always want to do more good than harm. We want to give more than we take. I created a little nature sculpture here, and what I did is I harvested some cedar, which if you look at it, looks a little bit like the skin of a snake, scaly. And cedar is also known as the tree of life because it's rich in vitamin C, and you can make a delicious tea out of it. So there, I put it in this wheel that I made out of sticks. I also harvested a little bit of spruce. Now, spruce you find everywhere. The needles tend to grow all the way around the twig, and you can roll a needle. I also found some balsam fir, and balsam fir tends to be a bit flatter, and the needles grow to the side of the twig, and you can't roll the needles, they're too flat. So that's one way you can do it. But each one of them has their own unique smell. So what I like to do is just rub and smell the deep smell of evergreen. Oh, I used some dried grass, some dried leaves. In this case, I still found a maple tree that had leaves clinging to it, and beech. In the wintertime, you'll find beech leaves still stuck to the limbs. And scientists think that's because later on in the late winter and early spring, the leaves fall and provide nutrients to the roots. So anyway, what kind of patterns can you discover? And when you're thinking about patterns, think about things like shape and space and texture and line and color and form, and create something beautiful. And then let the wind reclaim it so it becomes part of the soil. Remember, always give back, always give more than you take. If you want to share your nature sculpture with me, just email it to jacob@campkawartha.ca, and I'd love to see a photograph of what you created. Have fun, create something beautiful, and we'll see you next time on Nature Note.